They have the plan and we are executing. And usually in a normal school, teachers have the plan and the students execute, but that's not always good.
Also ich habe das Gefühl, wir haben alle zuerst mal kurz einen Moment gebraucht, um zu realisieren, was gerade passiert. Wir sind relativ oft im Square und es ist immer sehr super, man geht her, man lernt, man trifft Leute, aber grundsätzlich sitzt du am Tisch. Und dann reinzulaufen in so ein schönes, sauberes, modernes Gebäude und zu sehen, dass überall Holz liegt und überall Werkzeuge sind und nicht zu wissen, was passiert jetzt hier?
Und wie fühlt ihr euch jetzt so? Es sieht immer noch ein bisschen ratlos aus.
Yeah, fine.
They didn't have a place where to set themselves, not a chair to sit on. They felt lost a bit. And I told them that's the idea. This course, it's actually two courses. One course at the University of St.Gallen that is called Building Future, Zukunft bauen, and one course at ETH in Zurich that is called Business Behaviorology. And it's somehow bringing two worlds together a bit, two institutions, two logics.
HSG students normally they study the theory of the business would be also helpful for them to understand how the user using and what is the real reflection of the furniture or spaces itself.
You have a certain way of looking at the world, a certain way to see problems out there and to tackle them, to trying to understand them, and that you notice these guys do it differently.
Kannst du uns helfen, oder?
Ja, sicher, hallo, darum bin ich da.
Das stimmt. Genau. Also da zum Beispiel so kann man sie wie aufklappen. Aha. Und sie also als Bar benutzen. So als verschiedene Kombinationen hier, so als Interpoint.
Es ist auch spannend, weil wir haben als Teams in der HSG eigentlich das ganze Semester lang Square beobachtet und uns überlegt, was hier innen passiert und was man machen könnte. Wir haben auch verschiedene Interventionen vorgeschlagen. Und jetzt so zu sehen, was genau daraus ist geworden, aus unseren Forschungen, ist schon irgendwie noch cool. Es ist ganz anders als das, was wir haben vorgeschlagen haben. Aber ich bin mega gespannt, vor allem wenn es dann gebaut ist, wie die Leute darauf reagieren.
There's no content in this house. Pin walls are not, nothing is pinned there. So what is it about here? Who knows? We did research in here, ethnographic research, to try to find out what do people actually do here. Where is the innovation? Where is the co-creation? Where is the experimentation? To try to grasp it.
I realized really these different visions. The HSG students, in the beginning, they said the square is perfect. The only problem is that there is not enough space. But then, through the discussion, they realized that there is a gap between the vision of the architect of what this building should be and the reality. And they themselves then questioned what is not working. And through the discussion, they became interested in the neighborhood. I mean, the idea of the square is that it's open to everybody, and that's kind of the idea of the transparency and the openness. But as you can see, it's closed. There are sunshades, you can't look inside. There is no sign that tells what is happening here. So it's not very inviting for somebody that doesn't already have a reason to come here. So if you're a neighbor and you walk by, you don't know what's happening inside. You don't even know that there's a cafe.
We felt the building is very transparent, but there's a wall, there's a gap to the outside. Also in terms of mentality, if we speak with the students, they don't really have like a connection with the surroundings, but they come and then they go.
Oh yeah, the mock-up, yeah. Is it comfortable? Hi, nice to see you. Thank you very much. Hi, nice to see you. But as you can see, yeah, there are many furnitures, but most of them are too fancy in a sense. So I think it's nice to bring those rather like handmade, like casual furnitures to make a good balances. Yeah.
We name our kiosk Spinnrad. It's like rotating wheels. It's to do with the textile history of St.Gallen. And we focus on the elements of cooking, like installing like mobile, moving elements. So everybody could just use it when they want to use, just to be more collective and lively.
Yeah, I like to see how people react to this and how students start to find a kind of new life around it.
You probably had a vision once the building was finished. How was it for you to come back and see how it's used? Was it different than you expected?
Yeah, positively different in a sense. Architecture is not defining the way of using by people, but the architecture is open up the mind of the people. When they come here, then they could feel they can do something beyond themselves. And that might be the good architecture, I think. And I like to make something like that.
Students with an experience of almost 14 years of education, they know exactly how things work. They know that's a classroom, there are chairs, there are tables. Here I can sit without asking anybody. There will be the teacher. I can wait until the teacher addresses us. I can be in a passive role more or less and wait for knowing what this person wants from me. I was just taking pictures and I was not needed. They started to do their own things, started to draw, they started to talk. Maybe they needed Andrea for an advice on tools. They didn't need me to give them instructions, to clarify for them what they should do.
Do you need me to hold that again afterwards?
No, we have a problem with dimensions. The thing doesn't fit.
Would it work the other way?
And if you start cutting on the edges, like the parts?
It was clear to them that it's their job to do it. And for me, that was one of the most fulfilling moments in teaching. Those who are here to learn, I'm here to learn too, but that they do to a certain degree what they want and the way they want, and that they feel confident to do so.
Do it the other way around.
No, it's this way around.
Huh? Yeah. Oh, it has to be.
At times you need to push because a problem is often that students in our education systems are mainly trained to fulfill expectations. So it's difficult to not know exactly what the teacher wants. But I told them, I don't know it neither. It's the first time I do this. You do it the first time, I do it the first time.
Could you get the vacuum cleaner for the rooms? The room is quite dusty.
Yeah, it's been a process.
Push the limits of the facility management.
What were they discussing about?
They were like saying it's a mystery why or how this is happening here. This is not a workshop. We want to cook a soup, but honestly, we have not really planned much yet because we were in a stress for the building. We need first a kitchen to be able to cook a soup. Möglichst groß?
Ja.
Ja. Ah, der Topf?
Ich habe eine Induktionsplatte.
Okay, ja.
Ich habe dir vorhin gesagt, ich habe eine zu Hause. Ich weiß nicht, ob sie funktioniert. Das muss ich austesten.
Ja.
Ihr könnt uns Anweisungen geben. Wir schneiden einfach irgendwie.
The next one is I can cook what's smaller one. Your vision and my vision is already changed, different.
No, my wife would cut the carrot like that, more or less, like very even.
It's more clean.
Dieses Anbieten, du kannst was machen, ist wie ein Gegensymbol zu diesen runtergelassenen Jalousien, wo man einfach dahinter steht und es ist halt der Laden. Und hier ein offener Laden, also ich kann es nur beglückwünschen und find das total super, dieses kleine, Nudging, diese Inspiration. Wenn du da bist, dann kannst du was machen. Es ist nicht einfach wie eine Teflon-Oberfläche dann.
Our students are trained to become, managers and CEOs. They have a top-down view. They forget about the human scale of things. And here, you really need to figure out what works for human beings. And does it work for you, how to use it?
The process was very interesting, also what it made to the other people up here when they were confronted with us. Simply when we are here and a group of men in suits pass by, and somehow there's an irritation. It makes something to this place. We don't harm anyone. We just bring a bit a different vibe in here.
For me, it's just pure joy to observe this process as a person involved in teaching innovation and, innovative teaching formats. This was heaven to me, really, because I could see it really works. You learn from the HSG students learn from you. The institution learned from you, how the architect sees what we do, how we try to innovate teaching in the building, how you try to create interventions.
I can see how you do it, I can learn from you, and maybe at times jump in, but I think that's the best teaching when you see it's rolling.
Yeah, the creativity to reorganize how to teach, how to make a communication with the students is very needed for all the school, but for here too. Yeah.
Ich habe das Gefühl, dass ich jetzt das Square und auch einen Teil der Uni viel besser verstehe, als ich es vorher verstanden habe, weil ich einfach einen anderen Blick darauf werfen konnte, mit anderen Leuten diskutieren, die auch nicht hier jeden Tag Uni haben, sondern einfach mal einmal hierher kommen und sich das mal anschauen. Von dem her, es war auch cool, mal so ein bisschen aus dem klassischen Lehren rauszukommen.
The vision of this building, it's not just a lecture room, it's also the place in between. It's the circulation space, it's the stairs, it's the outside space. You can learn through anything, and that it's not a room like a lecture room that's gonna bring you knowledge, like it's everything in life.